Child, you are so innocent. You believe in the magic, you believe in dreams, and we believe in you, precious child. In you we are found.
He was just so different than other children. He just loved life.
There wasn't a day that went by that he didn't make me laugh totally out loud. And he really had a compassionate side to him.
When he was 1 year old is when it was brought to our attention that he had a spot in his kidney. And that's when the process all started, when he was 1. And they started to do CAT scans on him every 6 months to watch that spot in his kidney. But then when he was about 4 years old, he had his last CAT scan, and the spot in his kidney had shrunk. So they said, well, it can't be cancerous because they don't shrink without chemotherapy. So it never grew all those years, and because it had shrunk, they just said it can't be cancer. Well then, probably about not even a year later, one night he woke up and he was in pain. And then they did a CAT scan and they knew right away that it was a tumor had grown and burst in his kidney.
And the minute we found out, run home, throw a bag together, get in the car, drive down to Children's Hospital, and things start from there. Then they start running tests and they're doing this and they're doing that. And you know, the next day he's in surgery.
Started the whole process of going through treatment and radiation and the whole process that you go through when you have cancer. And we did this for 9 months, basically, living in the hospital for about 15 days a month due to complications from the medication. And then after that, we thought he was in remission. We finished out the whole, they call it a road map is what they call it at the hospital. So we kind of were just waiting to find out what would be the next step to take. And I think at that point, we were pretty much told he was terminal.
You don't know what to think. But after that all calms down, and you really get time to just sit down and think what's going on, and then it just really hits you. It was a hard road. We went through a lot of stuff. And as a parent, you wish you could take that away. If I could do it for him, I would. But it's not the way things work.
He was diagnosed in January 2001, and he passed away August 20th, 2002.
Child, you are so full of wonder. You believe in us. You have hope for our future.
Zach was very strong-willed, and we always say God gave him a very strong personality because he knew he'd have to fight this battle. Zach was born in May of 2001, and when he was 8 months old, he was diagnosed with a brain tumor. So he had surgery. It was a highly aggressive form of brain tumor, so we went through chemotherapy, radiation. The cancer came back in April of '02, and they said he was terminal and had 1 to 3 months to live. And miraculously, he hung on for almost a year and a half. To have to go through all of that, you know, to have to know that in order to potentially save your child's life, you have to inject all this, you know, chemotherapy and radiation and all these horrible things into your child, and not even know if it's going to help. You know, it's hard. It's very hard to see your child sick. You know, you have to. You know, you're going to knock them out and make them very sick to have any shot at beating this. You know, you go through so many emotions. Disbelief, denial, sadness, of course. You know, and when reality sinks in, then it's just a matter of pulling together all the support you can to help you get through it.
Child, you are so innocent. You've been